Super Rugby round number 6, folks. A good round for the away sides over here in NZ, but the home sides over in Australia getting their couple of wins. We will go through the 5 games that were in play throughout the most recent round, including my Blues' horrendous demise to the Crusaders. And some of the stats and whatnot. Upcoming games for round 7, and you guys can let us know your thoughts. Friday, which feels like a wee while ago now, Chiefs played Moana Pacifica. We did a full match review for that one, but it was a bit of a hiding. But proper game of 2 halves. Cliche rings true with that one. The Chiefs scored like 6 tries to 1 in the first half. Game in the bag. Bonus point in the bag. Slater, Stevenson, Rowe, Carter, Selby, Rickett with the bloody footwork on that one. Even D-Mac getting over the line. Just the 1 try to Havili in the first half for Moana Pacifica. But the second half was a different story. So credit to the Moana Pacifica guys for keeping on fighting. They almost got this game back to the point where it was interesting. Like, it was still a hell of a comeback, and it still denies the Chiefs a bonus point. But they were 1 try short of making it like a proper nail-biter, and the Chiefs got 1 last try in the second half to Tokiaho, kind of towards the death, which blew the scoreline out and took away any chance that Moana Pacifica had of, potentially sneaking the game. So 6 try to 1 first half Chiefs, 4 try to 1 second half Moana Pacifica. In Pukekohe as well. This game was supposed to be held in Tonga, but the logistics of that didn't work out. So it was held in Pukekohe, and I think the locals were pretty keen to go see themselves some Super Rugby. They certainly saw a whole bunch of tries. I mean, Havili for Moana Pacifica cracked 100 run meters. He was the only guy in the game to do that. Selby Rickett with the swerves for his try. D-Mac 6 defenders beaten. Certainly some attacking rugby on display, if nothing else. The second game, Saturday, early game, Highlanders hosting the Reds. Traditionally, wins for Aussie sides over here in NZ have been kind of hard to come by, but we've already had the Brumbies knock over the Blues earlier in the year, and now we've got the Reds knocking over the Landers down in Dunedin. So, good start from the Reds, man. They got a try through Kalani Thomas, nice line break from him. Asiata got one from close range. Highlanders had a bit of a comeback. Tavatava Nawai and Talea. Both those guys got on the board, but the second half is largely about the Reds. They're the only guys to score tries in the second half. Daugunu bagged a couple, and Lockie Anderson got one as well. So, the Highlanders, I feel like, will rue the fact that when the Reds had a man down, and they did have a try denied through Tangitau when he shot some absolute blistering pace, but they ruled that there was a kind of offside position in the build-up when the Reds were pinged for a deliberate knock-on. Kind of wish they just let that one play, but hey, they called it back, and the Highlanders were not able to score any points during the period of the game when the Reds had a man in the bin, whereas when the Landers had a yellow card to De Groot later on, the Reds were able to score 2, so certainly more ruthless with the man advantage, and also turnovers conceded as 20-13, so the Landers just guilty, I think, a little bit of not treasuring the pill. Seru Uru finished with 17 tackles. Tavatava Nawai beat 5, but he still looks really good on a losing shift for the Landers. Blues and Crusaders, maybe less said about this one, the better. I did a full match review in my misery on the weekend, but 42-19. The Blues started well, but that's about it. Mapali got the first try, and then the Crusaders just went to town. The Blues made so many errors. Rico dropping the ball. Talia dropping the ball. Perafeta dropping the ball. Set piece not looking slick. Like, the Crusaders played well enough, but the Blues didn't play well at all. Fihaki looked dangerous. He bagged a couple of tries. Tamaiti Williams got one. Christie's for both teams got tries. Will Jordan didn't seem that flash, but even he managed to get a try at the end. He was kind of, being outshone by some of his Crusaders teammates, but even he did all right in the end to get himself a try. Moanadu was maybe stealing the limelight for the Crusaders, playing at hooker, getting turnovers and putting kicks through and stuff. So, he was all over the place. And Shalfu managed 21 tackles. So, Blues season thus far, to be said to be disappointing, would be putting it absolutely mildly, because, we've been pretty shocking. Credit to Crusaders, but man, the Blues are playing some bad rugby. Home teams get the win over in Australia. Like I mentioned, New South Wales beat the Brumbies, broke a long losing streak against the Brumbies, 28 points to 23. There were certainly some nice tries in that game as well. Teddy Wilson got the first one for the Tars. Riley got one from the kick chase, which didn't really seem to be on, but he just chased his kick and was the first man to get it. But the try of the game, probably the Leota one, where he just gives the big don't argue to Andy Muirhead. That is a mismatch in size, and Rob Leota with a head of steam up. Hard man to stop. Walton got one as well. Alan Alatoa and Reimer got kind of close range ones for the Brumbies, and Muirhead got one to at least get them a kind of losing bonus point and put the game in the balance. That one's maybe your game of your week, I think. That game finished pretty close. The skills on display were pretty good. I reckon it probably outdoes the Kiwi games, to be honest. You guys let me know what you reckon, but I mean, yeah, first half 3 tries to 0 to the Tars, but the Brumbies did manage 3 tries to 1 in the second for a bit of a comeback, and there's even a crazy suplex in this game where Tom Hooper flips one of the Tars guys over and gets himself yellow carded for it. Not the smartest move you will ever see on a rugby field. Lolosio maybe dropped a little bit too much ball. Kailea won a couple of turnovers, including the winning one at the death for the Tars, so he's looking a good acquisition. Jorgensen's football skills for the final try for Walton for the Tars was pretty slick, so yeah, some good stuff on display for the Tars in front of a decent crowd. And then the Force against the Drua on the Sunday game, 52-15. What a hiding. Biggest blowout of the week, even more than my Blues going down at Eden Park. I mean, the Drua, at least away from home, they've got that. They don't play well away from home. And there's a hot day in Perth, so you thought the conditions might suit the Drua guys, but the Force guys looked right at home. Nick Dolly, the hooker for the Force, first half hat-trick, couple of maul tries, and then pouncing on a missed-thrown Drua line-out. Tesano bags a couple. Potter showed some real skills. The commentators described them as magic, old Harry Potter. Sure he's never heard that one before. Some good footwork and some good steps and gathering a kick and whatnot for his 2 tries. And Ben Donaldson got one from set play. But the maul is really what you feel like put the score out. It was 33-5 at half-time. The Drua did score either side at half-time through Joa Sese and Rakuro. And then Wanga got one at 57 minutes. But man, Force played some really, really slick rugby. So yeah, if you're a Force fan, I think you'd be pretty entertained with that one. Get some more bums on the seats if you're going to play rugby like that for sure. How is the table looking at the moment? Well, the top 2 sides are Kiwi sides, the Chiefs and the Crusaders, but the remaining playoff sides are all Aussies. Reds, Waratahs, Brumbies and Force on 19, 17, 15 and 14 points respectively. The Highlanders, who are on a losing record, just outside the playoffs on 11. The Hurricanes are on 9. They were on the bye this week. The Blues are on 7. The Drua are on 7. And Moana Pacifica are on 6 points. So yeah, I don't think anyone really predicted the log to look this way after 6 rounds of Super Rugby, but hey, here's where we're at. The next round 7 is a little bit of an abridged one because the Blues, the Drua and the Chiefs are all on the bye, so we've only got 4 games. Hurricanes hosting the Waratahs. That'll be an interesting one to see how another Aussie side does on this side of the Tasman. The Brumbies are hosting the Highlanders, so it's a reverse. Remember, the Highlanders opened their campaign away in Australia and couldn't pick up a win against the Tars, so they get a second opportunity over in Oz. Crusaders, Moana Pacifica, you feel like that's looking like the biggest potential for a blowout, with the Crusaders being at home, second on the log, facing the bottom place Moana Pacifica, but we'll see. And then the Reds and the Force. You feel like the Reds will be pretty good favourites as well for that one, but man, the Force, they showed some skills at the weekend against the Drua, so we will see. Super Rugby continues to go well. You guys let us know your thoughts on the round that was. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Take care of yourselves, folks, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. See you later.